Hello, my talking family friends. Welcome. Welcome back to another episode of Talking Family. As usual, I have to check in with you guys, make sure that you guys are doing okay. How are you doing? Are we staying focused on the things that are important in life and also important to us? This episode is dedicated mostly to my parents, not my parents, like my biological parents, but just parents, right? And there has been something that has been on my mind even as a child, as far back as I can remember. I have always just been concerned or curious about how parents or guardians or just older, how adults would respond to a child when the child did something wrong. It was always seen as the child is bad, like you are a bad person, you are a bad person. Why you so bad? Oh, you're just bad. And I can't recall it ever being said or used or seen as a measuring stick of the parents and their ability to effectively and successfully parent their children. Because if we are being honest, a child's behavior is a reflection of the home and the parenting that they get at home. Plain and simple. So when a child misbehaves, as children do, because children more than anybody else will test the limits of things they can do and of their parents, what they can get away with and what they are allowed to do. So if a child keeps on being bad, it means that they have tested the limits and they have gotten away with it. And so, as far as they're concerned, what they're doing or the behavior that they're exhibiting is normal as far as they're concerned. Right? So I think we should really, as parents, we should really stop blaming the children, because essentially that's what you're doing. You're putting the blame on the child to say that you are a bad person. It's your fault. It's you, it's you, it's you. Yes, the child is the one that did the action or the act, but the psychology or the reasoning behind them thinking that it is okay to do the act is the parent's responsibility to set that mental um, boundary, so they know that even when the thought crosses their mind, they know that this is not acceptable behavior, because the last time I did it, this and that happened to me, so I'm not going to do it again because I don't want to have that experience. And I imagine we're all familiar with the parenting style of reward and punishment, and we reinforce good behavior with rewards and we discourage bad behavior with punishment. The challenge though is that some parents enforces that style circumstantially, and some parents will only enforce that style to the degree that the child's behavior is irritating them or annoying them or making them look bad or making them feel uncomfortable. That's when they'll reinforce that parenting style instead of making it a conscious thing that they do no matter where they are, no matter what is happening. Be conscious of the fact that it is essentially your responsibility as a child to not dictate but to guide your child's behavior and to help them to learn and to understand and to develop proper attitudes, proper behavior, proper moral values. It's our behavior to, it's our responsibility to enforce those positive behaviors, not just circumstantially, but consistently, consciously, consistently. And we also need to understand that when a child goes out and misbehaves or behaves poorly, it is a reflection of the parent. It's not the child, it's a reflection of the parent And I know a lot of parents may disagree with this, but as I have stated in a previous video, the fact that you don't agree with it, or the fact that you don't believe it, does not make it any less true. It doesn't make it any less true. Your child's behavior, good or bad, is a reflection of the parenting style or parenting skills, or your ability to positively parent your child. It is solely a reflection on you, and it's unfortunate that that particular child in that situation would have found themselves with you as their parent, who has not been or was not able to parent them properly in a way that would help them to become responsible, contributing, well-rounded, functioning members of society. So, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it boils down to. Dr. Miles Monroe, in one of his lectures, he speaks about results. And this is also a concept and a principle that is also practiced in business. We see it all the time. So basically what he says is success like failure, or failure like success, is predictable. Predictable how? Based on the results that you're getting, based on the actions that you're seeing, based on the things that you're seeing, based on the behaviors that you're seeing. You can tell what direction your child is going. You can tell what road they're going down just based on their behavior. And it's not that the child is bad, it is that you have not done a very good job as a parent. And that is just this basic, that's just the point of it. Yes, you have done all that you can do from your perspective, but have you considered the child, what they are going through, how they are thinking, how they are processing the things that you are saying and doing to them? That also needs to be taken into consideration, because what I find is that a lot of parents parent in isolation. They parent the child without the child. I hope that made sense. They parent the child without the child. So they have no clue what is going on with the child. They are just doling out instructions and punishments and directives and telling them what to do, when to do, how to think, why to think. They just constantly tell them without listening or asking or even hearing what's going on with the child. Because even in business, and this is something that is practiced in business, if a company puts out a product, let's say KFC puts out a product or two products, one of them is flying off the shelf, kind of like how Juicy Beef opened in Florida a couple of days ago, and they had to close the next day because they were totally out of stock. So based on those results, you can tell that the product was well received and it's something that people want to buy. If they had opened and nobody came in, they had no sales or little to no sales over the first couple of days, then that would be an indication that something is not right. It's either the entire product or them being on the market in Florida is not a good idea altogether, or there's something that they need to fix, whether it's the presentation, whether it's the quality of the product, something. And then when I say they need to wheel and come again, it's the same thing with our children. It's the same concept, it's the same principle with our children. We can tell what's going on with our children and which direction they're heading based on their behavior. Just like in their schoolwork, if they keep coming home with failing grades, it's obvious to see that they're not doing well in school and something needs to be done. Something needs to be done. So my parents, I challenge you today to become more positive and conscious parents, more present parents. And please know that if your child is not behaving or not producing, it is not the child, it's you. It is not the child, it's you. So if we're saying that the children are the future, the children are the better life, then the parents have the responsibility to ensure that these children that we are producing, that we are rearing, that they are equipped to lead us and to guide us into a future that we all want to be a part of. So this is, this is for my parents. This is for my parents. Yeah, I'm not even going to, this is for my parents. And parents, it's time that we take responsibility for the children that we have produced and their actions. And we know that their actions are a reflection on us as parents. And as I said, it does not matter how much we deny it or we don't believe that this is the case, it doesn't change the fact that it is the case. Okay? This is on us as parents. And for those of us who are not yet parents but aspire to be parents, please ensure that to the best of your ability, when you do become parents, that you understand that it is your responsibility to train your child in a positive way. It's not the child's responsibility, it's the responsibility of the parents. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. That's it for me for today on this episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.